Hey you guys, welcome to Beautiful Me TV. I'm your host, Crystal Holmes, and here with me in the studio I have Miss Pace Poetry, The Truth, and Nikki the Kid. You guys welcome.
Well,
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for coming on. Okay, so this is really serious. As you all know, we are doing a feature for iconic people here with Beautiful Me this season. So I had the lovely Pace here, and you all should remember her from our previous episode in last season, but she's back again with these other queens as well. So you guys, they have this poetry slam pretty much coming up called Queens of Poetry, excuse me. So please tell us, I really want to know just the storyline behind that. You know, where did the vision come from, and, you know, the collaboration that you ladies decided to do.
Okay, so this is like my vision because we've all been on the same ticket together, and I will always say, like, man, this show, like, needs to go somewhere else besides just here. I'm like, it should be on tour type of things. And so I would always say it, and I run it by another poet, she's not here, Kanai. And so it just happened one day, I was having brunch with a friend of mine, and I was telling her the same thing. I just always kept talking about it. And she was like, why don't you do it yourself? And I was like, well, I can't call it what they call it because, you know, it ain't mine. And she was like, think of your own name. And she was like, name it after one of your poems. And so that's when the If I'm a Bee, you know, came about. And I instantly just started visualizing who I wanted, because I know that I wanted this show to be a huge impact, an experience, and I needed some real heavy hitters in the game to actually deliver the vision that I had set. And so I had reached out to them and told them about it. They agreed. I was nervous. I was like, I really was. I was like, because at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm going off a whim. My bank account ain't what, and I'm like, I know that they deserve like so much. Like, I ain't trying to like shortchange them. I'm like, but if they just roll me right now, like, we gonna get there.
Right.
And so they all agreed. And it just started happening. I just didn't want to keep talking about it. So I ended up booking the Match Theater, and that's when things just started flowing. And, like, now we're here. It's like these months have flown by.
quick, really have. Quick, really have.
And I want to just commend you all, too, because, you know, it's like we talk about, and even with myself and my colleague, we always talk about collaboration and women that's coming together, helping and supporting one another, because sometimes, you know, especially if you're starting off, like you said, you have a vision, you have a dream, and you know those people are there to support you. So the fact that you all just, you know, without question asked, you know, y'all just decided, okay, we're going to do this.
Right.
You know, that's what's up. And I'm excited because, you know, this is all women up here. And I've not been to a slam, I don't think, when it's just been just women only. Because I've been to different ones, and you've invited me to some as well. And, you know, it's good to see variety, but, you know, just to hear it from the voice of, you know,
and it's not really it's not a slam, because, you know, they you know, Poetry World, they take those words seriously.
Okay, yes.
Slam is
please correct me. Slam
Because I don't like the slam.
I don't like the slam either. I like to go, but I don't like the slam. But slam is competition.
Okay.
And so when people say slam, they thinking about, you know, you going up there and you're competing against each other.
You're going to be judged.
And you're going to be judged by random people who know nothing about poetry. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. Oops. Yes, I did.
It's the truth.
Yes, I did.
It's the truth.
I did. But yeah, this is just a show.
An experience.
And it's an experience.
Okay.
And I want people to put their mind frames into a whole type of dynamic. That's why it's not a lot of people on the ticket. It's only 6 of us. It's not a ton of us. We're not going to be spitting and getting. We're going to be giving you, we're going to tell our story.
Right.
Entertain.
Yes, and entertain.
Like you said, an experience.
It's an experience.
Yeah. So please tell us, like, about the collaboration, you know, even further, because there's other women as well that are, you said it's 6 people. So what about the other 3 ladies that are also with you guys?
It's actually 4 more. We have the DJ, which is Karina Delgado.
She can't count.
Well, 3 more. 3 more. I was like, well, who did I was like, who the other one? Because we got alter egos. Okay?
Yeah, we do. A lot of us do.
So we got our DJ, Karina Delgado. She's a phenomenal DJ. And we have another poet, Kanai, which is not here today, and Sadiddy Kitty. And then us 3. But I think the group is nice because we are not all women are strong women, but we come from different backgrounds. We have different stories. Some of us are just mothers, some are aunties, some are godmothers. We have I mean, everybody has their own struggle, and for us to come together as one with and can share, you know, our love for one another, regardless of sexuality, regardless of marital status, regardless of finances, regardless of anything, you know, we are women first. So I think that the group that we have is a very strong, dynamic, diverse group, and we all come from different angles of life. And, you know, to open up to an audience to show that no matter what I do, I'm still a woman. You know, it's a production that is going to become an experience, and we just want to entertain and show women, because a lot of times we downplay ourselves. We always complain that, you know, not in my case, but men, you know, downplay women, or just the world or society puts everything above a woman. And we just want to bring it back to the core, that women are the backbones. You know what I'm saying? We are the strength. We are the foundation. We are, you know, everything. So I think it's a good lineup. I think we got a good team. We got a good squad, like I said, and we're not new to this.
Right.
You know, we've been doing this for years. Like, I know myself, I've been doing this for about 14 years.
Okay.
Like 10, 11. Yeah, it's been a long time.
6, 7.
10.
Yeah, and so, and even Kanas, I think Sadiddy Kitty is the youngest one that we have. She's probably been doing poetry for probably about 2 or 3 years. But, I mean, fire, like everybody is dope. So it's amazing and exciting to be a part of this group with these ladies that not only do we empower each other, we want to empower everybody that comes out to the show. So it'll be a good look.
Yes, and I do want to say, like, it is empowering even for myself, because what I enjoy the most is just the words and the context and how you put things together, and you make, like you say, you tell a story behind it. And it's something for me who I have no idea, you know, how the structure or, you know, the behind the scenes of how this writing works, but it's like I get it. So it's like if I'm able to relate to you and to you and to you, you know, in some way, even though we're all different, there's always something that we can
It's always
pull,
something
you know,
relatable.
from each other that it's like I can feel that. Like I understand. So I'm very excited. I'm excited for you all. Yes. So also I wanted to ask, how long, I know y'all been doing this for some time, but like I guess when did you all realize you had that gift, you know, to do this, and that made you want to say, okay, I'm doing it?
You go first.
Mine came from tragedy. It honestly did. I'm married. I had a son. I was pregnant, first time, and losing him. I had been writing for years, but losing him, I needed to get that out. It was deeper than just writing it down and just keeping it to myself. I needed to get it out, and by spitting for me, I'm healing myself, but I'm healing others. So I figured that what I went through needed to be heard so that I can release it, but so that I could help someone else get over it. And so that's where mine came from, tragedy.
That's what's up.
Mine came from tragedy.
I think mine was my sexuality. Growing up in my family, we didn't really have, you know, homosexuals, should I say. And so when I started feeling some kind of way, I couldn't go talk to my mom. I mean, I could, because she's like an open mother, but it's like, hey, Mom, you know, I was looking at this girl earlier, and, you know, and then my dad, he was definitely like, wait, hey, not here. And then, you know, I got sisters and brothers, but I felt like at that time, me being so young, I didn't have anybody to run and talk to, or that I felt that would understand me, because I didn't understand what was going on myself. So that's how I just started writing. And then, by me being so careless, I leave my tablet at home.
Jesus.
My mama knows it.
What had happened was I was cleaning your room, baby.
And I was just
going on?
She found it. First thing I'm going to say is your grammar is good. But second thing, so the girl, she was like, oh, Mama. So, you know, and after that, I just fell in love with writing. I fell in love with it, so.
I started back when I was like 15, 16 as well, but I was forced because I was put into pre-AP English, and I couldn't, because I got there. But I got there because in my 9th grade year, I was taking Aaliyah songs and putting a different title on it when we had poetry segment, because in my mind, because in my mind, because I wanted to be a singer. So I would write songs, and I was like, I don't know how to write poetry, blah, blah, blah. So I would do that, and I knew that the teacher didn't know it was Aaliyah. So I was like,
Bootleg.
I can get away with this.
and that led me into pre-AP
Rock the
English.
boat. Rock the boat. Rock the boat. Oh my God,
You
baby.
said work the million.
No, I'm not that. I'm not that young. It was the 1 in a Million album I was
Okay,
using.
okay.
But my pre-AP English teacher, when I was a sophomore, we would read different poems, and she would make us write in class and mimic the style. And I was like, oh gosh, you know. And so one of my first pieces that I always stand out, and my parents will always, my mom especially, will always mention this piece that I wrote about Michael Jordan, because it was saying to take one thing and talk about different things that it represents. And so my first major piece that I wrote, where my teacher was like, wow, it's called He's Just a Man. So once I started to write and then get into the feel of it, and I was going through my little adolescent, you know, being fast and grown, heartbreaks and stuff. It just started to become It started to become a release for me as well. And me performing ended up just being because I sucked the first time I tried to do it, and I was just kind of like, oh, I think I want to try it again, though.
Right.
And then as I started to do it and find my voice, like I always reference the chick Bossy Mossy, because when I was doing Word of Mouth, she never let me come in the audience and just sit down. I would always be like, no, I ain't gonna do nothing. She's like, no, you finna get up here and say something. And so I just started to find my place, you know, as far as what it was doing for me. And I, like, the truth, it was like I started to tell my story. And when people started coming up to me saying, you wrote that piece for me, and I was just like,
no.
I was like, I really wrote it for me, but I'm like, and so now I can start seeing. So yeah, it was that.
That's good. Like, I'm glad you all shared that. Real quick, just tell us again where people can go and get tickets, and then you all social media handles, so that way they can follow you guys.
Definitely.
And, you know, just details, the timing, location, all that.
Okay, so If I'ma Be, Queens of Poetry, will take place June 30th. Doors at the Match Theater. That's in Midtown, right across the street from the Ensemble. Okay, I had to throw that out there. But doors open at 7. I suggest you get there by 7:30, because we're not gonna be on CP time. We're gonna start at 8 o'clock. Okay.
Right.
Show starts at 8 o'clock. Yeah. You know.
That.
Just get there on time. And you can purchase tickets at matchhouston.org, or follow me, Pace Poetry, that's P-A-C-E Poetry, on Instagram and Facebook. I post the link there, and you can purchase tickets that way.
You can follow me on Instagram as Rock, R-A-Q, The Truth, D-A-T-R-U-T-H, or on Facebook just as The Truth.
Oh, my name is Nikki the Kid, Nikkiddad. Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Backpage, YouTube, Google, all
They
that.
close Backpage.
They did?
Yes.
Wonder I ain't getting no hits. Wonder I ain't getting no hits. No, just playing.
Well, thank you all again. And
Thank you
before
for
we
having
go, yes, of course. And before we go, you're going to hear a little snippet of what to expect at the Queens of Poetry.
Not a trend, new trend, parts of a trend. Don't label me a trendsetter with the labels that define you. You see, I've been given a bigger agenda that graces style in a whole new realm. I have no error. I am a classic that will transcend over time, a bestseller that didn't have to touch the market. My mark was already made, plan already laid, which is why my sun beams through your little shade, because I remain prayed up. Is my only direction. Okay.
I have scars on my chest that weren't always there. They're self-inflicted because I was being vain, trying to enhance what God had already gave, but I won't allow you to airbrush my imperfections. There are reasons for the existence. On my stomach, I bear war wounds from unborn children. My womb once saw the light of day, but my breath couldn't give him the oxygen to make him stay. Truth.
Statistics show that 1 out of 3 humans are infected with HIV and don't even know. The number one thing that can kill you slow, but we are such in a rush to take off our clothes. It's like a drug, y'all. Please say no. And I'm not here to downplay this deadly disease. More like here to place your mind at ease. To deliver a message in the form of education. Because we are so blind to the knowledge presented to us on paper. So here is your verbal communication. And without any hesitation, take this into consideration and go get tested. There it is.
All right.
And we are the queens.